and welcome to the Economy Primer series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about impact of immigration on economy. As you already know that recently we had a news from Kuwait that so many Indians were dead because of the fire incident in Kuwait, and it raises a very crucial question on Indian diaspora who is working outside, that why they are migrating to other countries, why there is so much immigration in Kuwait. So that's why we have taken this topic, and it will break your many myths related to the immigration. So moving towards the points of discussion part. First of all, we are going to discuss why this particular topic is into the discussion. Then we are going to discuss a brief introduction of immigration. Also, we are going to discuss the impact of immigration on economy. And then we are going to discuss case study of India. And after that, we are going to discuss practice question for prelims. Before that, you have to like, share and subscribe to the DIS channel. Moving towards the discussion part. So these are the cutouts which we have taken from the newspapers, which says and which poses a very crucial question about the immigration. So immigration to the Gulf, monster joke, Biden's new immigration policy a setback for H-1B reforms, Indian Americans sought, India immigration crackdown sparks fear among outspoken diaspora, UK tightens student visa rules but keeps Indian students' favorite graduate route intact for now. So these are the cutouts which shows that Indian immigrants are very much in news on the world diasporic situation. Whenever you talk about UK, US, Austria or any other Gulf countries, you'll discuss about the Indian diaspora. And in the recent past, it has been overviewed that around 80 to 90% of the Indians are migrating to Gulf countries in order to get the work. So that's why the Indian diaspora and Indian immigrants are the major thing to discuss about any country, that whether their immigrants or whether their inclusion in any country will have a positive or negative impact for that particular country. Now we'll come to the introduction part, that what is immigration. So first of all, we should hear clear about the migration. So migration is thing that if one person is moving to another person, if one person is moving from one place to another place, so this is called as the migration. So if any purpose, so for migration can be any purpose, for the sake of employment. In India we have for the marriage, in India we have also different phenomena for the climate change and so many things. So migration main reason can be various things, but in India the main reason is the economic reasons, and people generally migrate from one region to another region in search of the job, especially the people from Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and most of the Hindi belt people migrate to the other states and other megapolitan cities in order to get the work. So this is a simple phenomena of migration. So if people from Bihar are migrating to Delhi, so that is the process is called as migration. Now here we'll call to the immigration. So if any diaspora or if any persons or if any particular set of persons, suppose that in Delhi if people are coming from Uttar Pradesh, so in Delhi it will be known as immigration. It means that the people from Uttar Pradesh are immigrants. Now we'll come to the what is immigration. So immigration, which is a process through which individuals become permanent residents or citizens of another country, and basically it's also for the state also. So here in India we have one rule for the citizenship. So here the only residence matters if you are migrating from one state to another state or within the country. But if you are migrating from one country to another country, so generally it's for the permanent residence, it's for the work, and sometimes they get citizenship also. Now we'll come to that what immigration indicates. So immigration indicates different social, political, economic changes and cultural exchange between one nation to another nation. Suppose if we'll take example of Kuwait, so around 26% of Indians are in the Kuwait population. So that is a major hub and major representation of diaspora in other country, where so many immigrants are celebrating their own festivals, they have their own social culture, they have their own political thing. So this is called as a what you can say indication of the immigration. An immigration experience is long and varied, has in many cases resulted the development of multicultural society. Many modern states are characterized by a wide variety of culture, ethnicities that have derived from a previous periods of immigration. So we can see the mixing of culture, we can see a different culture is emerging in any city or in any country. So maybe there can be a major reason for the immigration. So this is a brief about immigration. Now we'll come to the impact of immigration on economy. So this is a very matter of debate that we have a negative impact or we have a positive impact of immigration on economy. And this huge debate has this particular myth that whenever a set of people migrate to another country or immigrate to another city or country, the particular set of people will create any kind of problem to that particular city or country. But this myth has been broken by the OECD report, and this is the OECD report which says that along with the immigration there is a so much positive development rather than negative development. We do have negative development for native citizens, but we have more positive development in when immigrants comes to a particular place. So here they have cited that migrant workers make important contribution to the labor market, both high and low skilled occupations. In Europe, free movement migration help address labor market imbalances. Migrants contribute more in taxes and social contribution. Migration contributes to spur innovation and economic growth. Here you can see there is an impact on labor market, public purse and economic growth. And the OECD report has highlighted that there is a positive impact. Though it is a very much big myth that if any set of people will come from another country or come from another city, they will snatch the job of the native people. So this is a kind of myth. So what it says that in Europe there is a problem of labor, and if laborers are migrating from the South Asian countries or third world countries, then that creates a balance in Europe, and that fulfills the gap of the labor supply in Europe. So this is also the things. In Canada, in UK, you can see that there are so many demand of the drivers, and so many people from India migrate just for the driver job. So in that case, they are fulfilling the gap of the driver job. So this is also one of the things. The second thing is that there is a being an immigrant, you contribute more to a country because your taxes are different, your charges are different. So whatever the a country is investing on an individual, so they pay in the form of taxes. Suppose that in Switzerland or in many European countries, we have 2% of the taxes on the GDP, and 2% of the taxes has been contributed by the immigrants of that particular country. So this is the scenario, this is the positive thing. Now we'll come to the negative things. So the negative thing can be with the immigrants also and for the native people also. So suppose that if people are saying that there is a high dearth of workers and these gaps are fulfilled by the third world countries and the countries who are migrating a lot to the other countries. But what if the native wants to do the labor job? So what will happen in that kind of situation? So they are snatching that thing. Also, if immigrants are coming to the other cities, and if they are very high skilled, if they have a more knowledge of science and technology, then they bring so much of innovation, which is a very positive thing. But also there is a problem because in front of their talent, the native talents are not recognized. So this is also one of the things. And when you talk about the problems of immigrants in a country, so if they are migrating from one country to another country, they also face social exclusion, discrimination. So these are also the possible varieties, and there is a huge debate. But the overall, if we talk about that, if there is a positive development on economy or not, then definitely yes, immigration has a positive development on an economy. Now we come to the another one, which is the case study of India. So according to the World Bank's Migration and Development Brief from the November 2022, India is the largest recipient of remittances in the world, and thus the biggest economic benefit for a country like India typically comes from the remittances. So this is the current scenario of the India, that India is the largest recipient of the remittances in the world, and majority of its remittances contribute to the growth and development of a nation. Then we come to the remittances are one of the leading sources of the nation's foreign reserves, contributing over 20% of India's total foreign exchange reserve. So we have the foreign exchange reserve and 20% belongs as a remittances, which remained robust throughout the pandemic as well. So many times, so many people returned to their country in the pandemic, but still a majority of the Indians were working outside, and it has a economic contributor in the pandemic time as well also. When the balance of payment is under stress, in such situation, the net onwards transfers recorded in the current account, and it has a positive impact on India's widening current account deficit. So it also maintains this kind of the deficit, and also it also maintains the value of Indian rupees in relation to the US dollars, and influence the GDP by supporting the financing of household consumption, because so many people send their remittances for the household consumption need, for the daily needs. Now we come to the other slide, which will also talk about that what are the positive development when we talk about the remittances, and if Indians are going to outside and if they are becoming immigrants of the other countries, so in that situation what will be the positive development on India? So there is a problem, there is a positive development of the brain gain or having access to technical data. So suppose that in India we still have this kind of gap of technological thing, and so many people from marginalized section, lower strata could not have this technical benefits. We don't have mobile services, we don't have access to internet. In such situation, when they migrate to other countries, it fulfills these kind of the gaps, and they have this brain gain kind of situation, and when they return to their country of origin, they bring an asset to the country. Now India's IT revolution typically gives an insight into the brain gain. When there was a crisis or problem or collapse of the dot-com bubble, then what had happened that several IT professionals returned to the India, and they had added so many technological benefits to the country. So this is also the things, and they had ignited a revolution or technical revolution, and immigration can help the economy by easing the intense competition in the origin country. So we are very much populous country, and we have lots of competition for small skills also. If some set of people are going to other country, so there will be the ease in competition or to competition to get a job, also curbing unemployment, boosting earnings for rest of the population, enhancing health and educational outcomes, reducing pressures and natural resources. And it can also raise the import of goods with a nostalgic appeal from the country of origin. So many diaspora who is living outside, so they import so many products from India because they have this nostalgia from their own products, that we want Indian pickles, we want Indian sari, we want this product from India. So in that cases, they also raise the import goods from the India. So when we'll discuss about the economic impact of immigration on India, then it has a positive impact. Though we do have a problem of racial inequality, caste inequality outside, and also so many different kind of inequalities, problems, insecurities. So many workers are dying also. So these kind of social problems we have, despite of having so many social problems, we do have a greater economic impact on the economic sector of this country. Now we come to the question part. The question is in the long format and in statement format, because this time UPSC had asked the question in this format. So it's very important to practice 3 statement question, and the question is related to the immigration. So here we'll discuss the first statement. Economic immigrants are individuals who move to another country primarily for employment opportunities. Refugees are individuals who flee their home country due to the persecution, war or violence and are protected under international law. Asylum seekers are individuals who have been granted refugee status and have been accepted into another country. Here they are asking the correct statement, and your options are 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. So you have to answer this into the comment section. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.